Hello, everybody. So this week we have excellent news, but not so excellent news. So last week you saw that had this in it, and that was good. We like having a motor in our car. Goes faster that way. But very unfortunately, we found that the oil pan had a hairline crack on one of the sides. And because it had that hairline crack, it was weeping. At the bell housing side, we had to take the whole motor out so we could take the oil pan off after we inspected it and saw the hairline crack. We're going to get that to our buddy Ross. He's an excellent welder. He's going to figure that out. If not, we got another oil pan on our spare motor. We don't want to use that. If we have to, we do. Tim, you look like you're dying to add something here.
I was just going to say that this update is brought to you by Ross. Ross?
Yeah, it's brought to you by Ross. It's also brought to you by Black Velvet and Mountain Dew. Because when you're having a bad day in the garage, Black Velvet and Mountain Dew makes it seem like it's the best day in the garage. Even if this motor, no, not Tim, this motor, which was in this car, and you're not going to believe me, but this was running. We had this motor running.
It was running.
It was running.
Amazing.
It sounded like a Spitfire because it had nothing except the header on it. We loved it. It sounded great. It wouldn't pass tech, but it sounded good.
It was definitely running on all three cylinders.
Tim, give them your wiring update. Tell them all about the wiring.
So wiring is going pretty well.
We started with a full loom. Then what did you do? Tell them your grounding thing.
We notched some things and we cut some things out. Ran into an interesting issue with the fuel pump, where the crank has to see the fuel pump in order to, or the DME needs to see the crank before it runs the fuel pump, which is baffling to me why that's not just on the accessory line. But
so that sucked, but
yeah,
at least we don't know why.
It out, and yeah, so everything runs electrically speaking. Pretty much all you have to do is hack away some more stuff. Can we swear? I don't know. You might need that.
We can swear PG, not PG-13, PG.
Might need to edit that.
Alright, no, we're not editing anything, because then we have to do this whole thing over, and we are 2 minutes 30 in, and I don't have time to do 2 minutes 30 again. So, let's do some positives. I like positives. I'm the positive guy on the team. So, there's our seat, and we have our harness installed. I went through... We didn't have the harness installed last time, only the seat. So that's big.
That's black on black. That's tough.
My project, and of course I'm proud of my hard work, was this suspension here in the back, and I put a picture on my page, I don't think so. But anyway, we got the rear suspension completely done. Cryo rotors, hawk blue pads, H&R springs, and the Bilstein shocks, and the rest of the fuel things, we had to do those too. Now I'm going to show you something for our parking lot stunner friends, the guys who are all about camber instead of racing, because it's how it looks, not how it drives. You like wheels. Here are our new wheels. Oh, aren't they sexy? So these are what we got from Tire Rack. They are, I believe, an Anki off-brand wheel. Basically, so they don't have the branding and you pay a bit less. They are 17 by 8.5s. They are, I believe, 18 pounds in weight. And we are running Hankook Ventus RS4s, the hot new tire in chumpcar. People say that they are as good as Star Specs, if not better. The downside criticism was that when they overheat, the Star Specs would be a bit noisy and let your drivers know to back off, and these don't. So we're just going to instruct our drivers. We're going to be hitting up our sponsor, Ryan at Red Eye, for his fender roller, though, because we want to make sure they don't rub anywhere. That would suck a lot. Ryan, if you're watching this, we love you, buddy, and we're coming for you. At least we're coming for your fender roller. On the track, we know you can keep up with us. Well, we'll see what happens. What else have we got here? This week, I'm trying to think, what else did we miss?
Did we do the pedals this week or last week?
I don't remember. I think I put a fancy picture on my Instagram. I don't know if it made it to the team's page. I will show you that picture if I didn't already. I'm pretty sure I put it on the team page of the pedals. That's covered. Let's go over the fuse box real quick.
Oh my god.
I know. Right now it's a mess, so you're going to get to see it better next time. But this is important, not because of the mess that you see here, but because of what we have accomplished. So This box here, that lives in the engine bay on a stock E36. So
It's
Tim,
supposed to be over here.
yeah, it's supposed to be over there where Tim is kind of pointing that you can't really see. But the big thing is we have moved that inside of the car. One of my big objectives for this car after seeing that was I really wanted this where you in the pits could open the passenger side door and service 100% of the fuses and electrical items. Like under the hood was purely mechanical. All the electric stuff is serviced from right here. So we've got this in here. We've extended the few wires needed. And we got a giant rat nest down here. That'll get simplified, hopefully more for this race, but if not, in future races. We know it starts, we know it runs, so we're happy on that. But I'm really excited that we can just tin that hole there. And when we've got a problem with the car that is not mechanical, we're just going to be able to jump right in on this side in the pits and do whatever we need. Who knows? Maybe a driver could even change a fuse under a red flag because it's right there in the interior. But, you know, that's dreaming at this point.
Well, BMW does provide some extra fuses just in case.
They do. So pull that driver's glove off, text your friends, then reach over, grab that fuse, and get that fuel pump working again. But, yeah, I mean, that's really a lot of this week. I'll show you one more little detail. This is our sunroof. Not sponsored by Miller Lite, even though Tim pays them enough that they should. We do have the sunroof fully in place now. We black caulked around the entire thing, which seals better and looks like an OEM sunroof.
You didn't say that right. Can you say that one more time?
Black caulk. I can't say it. It's my Mid-Atlantic accent. Damn it. Tim, you say it correctly.
I can't. No.
Oh, so he gives me a hard time. At least I have an excuse. Oh, I got something else to show you guys. I'm going to make this long because then YouTube will pay us more of the no money that they're paying us. Ow. Ah, get out of there. So, there's no contrast that's going to work on this. That's better. Here, wow, it actually doesn't look crappy when you look at it on the video. Here is the panel that I built that is going to sit here. It's now painted. It has the kill switch. And there is a racing switch that's going to panel that goes in here that we have. Oh, hood pins! I'm proud of these too. Tim, you're making it look like it's way hard to put on. I'm doing it one-handed on camera.
Way hard. Oh shit!
Don't look. Everything's good.
Everything's
there. It is. Hood pins on the rear.
These are terrible.
They're not terrible.
We need a better fix for this, but we will have a better fix for this.
Did I mention tonight's episode is sponsored by Black Velvet and Mountain Dew? You may not be from West Virginia, but why not act like you're from there?
That's a good point.
All right, so this is getting ridiculous. We're going to call it a night, and lots more fun coming up for next time. So next weekend, and hold me to this, I'm going to show you this car driving.
And winning.
Winning Tim's Neighborhood Enduro 0.25 mile. Good night, all.